being in college. It's like,
That's like
weird to think about.
So with the, are you going to
75%.
No, he's
75%.
No, I think it was.
Yeah,
What?
75%
I'm
Ithaca College?
I don't think
I don't think
Stop
that's
your
right.
No, not all, like not the same percent of our population is like homosexual or.
Oh,
you know,
but the percent
that
that age.
that is that.
Yeah.
So if I a lot of them, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
Ithaca is one of the top schools. We just read an article in one of my classes. It was I think it was top 10 for being friendly or allies
Yeah.
for the LGBTQ community
Our
for
community is
colleges
really
and
open,
universities. Yeah,
which is very open, very
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next question. Coming back over here.
Have we done human sexuality yet?
You've been 100 for our drug and alcohol yet.
No, I'm still something else.
Okay, it's in human sexuality for
400. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Gotcha.
400. Human sexuality.
Wait a minute, we have to-
All right. To finish off the category.
No, there's still 100.
It's still 100.
Oh, just kidding. I take it back. All right. So, this is a germ, which is a virus, a bacteria, or a parasite that can cause an illness inside a person, even when that person might not have symptoms. This refers to the infection that is causing those symptoms. So what's it called? It's basically, to rephrase, if you have a virus, a bacteria, or a parasite that could or could not have symptoms, what is that infection called? You don't have to be that
No.
specific.
It's like, what's the general term?
Oh, like STIs?
Very good. STI.
Look at
So the language is transitioning because not all sexually transmitted infections have symptoms. We can't necessarily call them all sexually transmitted diseases. So if you hear sexually transmitted infections, it's the same thing as what used to be referred to as a sexually transmitted disease. You're up on the new terminology. Yes.
Go lead a clutch player.
Dance party.
I forgot to give you points last time. Okay. So over here, which category would you guys like?
Sure, let's go with wellness.
400.
For 400.
All right.
Okay.
You're a wild child, Casey.
Wellness for 400. In 2003, this was declared the most important public health issue in the United States by the Center for Disease Control. Most important health issue in the United States in 2003. It's still very prevalent today, but it's not the most important issue.
I wasn't here in America, so I'm sorry.
It's not only prevalent in America, it just happens to be more prevalent in America than in other places.
Once again,
Is it no longer the most prevalent one?
No.
Or
Some people still consider it the most prevalent, but there are other things that have caught up to it in importance as well.
Issue.
it's either heart disease or like infectious disease.
Obesity and cancer.
Is that cancer?
But cancer
It
has really
is.
slowed down so much.
That's very true. Cancer has not slowed down.
Kind of like heart disease.
Heart
What's
disease?
Do we have to be that specific?
not that? What's something that can lead to someone having heart disease?
Obesity.
Obesity.
No.
Woo.
Obesity in the United States was #1 in 2003, and right now it's #2. So it's still pretty high
What's
up
the first
there.
one?
I don't know what #1 is right now. I can find out for you though, and I can.
It's like diabetes.
Diabetes. It might be because a lot of stuff that has to do with diabetes can also link to obesity, so that would make sense. Similarly to like heart disease.
Type 2, not type 1.
Coming over here. Category.
Wellness for 200.
Honest rating. All right. Binge eating, dramatic weight loss, food rituals, having to go to the bathroom after meals, and anxiety about being fat or missing a day of exercise are all warning signs that lead to what kind of disorder?
Oh, that's easy.
Bulimia.
Very nice. And it can also be, a lot of those are indicators for other eating disorders. So it's things that you wouldn't even really think of. People are pushing food around on a plate. Looks like they're eating it, but they're not actually. So it's things that you can pick up on, just simple things, just to runs and easy things like that. Very good. Alright, coming over here. Which category would you like?
Nutrition and exercise. Is that what you said?
400.
Nutrition or
Do it.
Alright. The number of teaspoons of sugar in 1 can of soda in the form of high fructose corn syrup is 7, 17, or 13 teaspoons.
It's 7, I think, right?
Number of teaspoons of sugar and what? High fructose.
Teaspoons of sugar in the form of high fructose corn syrup in 1 can of soda.
How many
I feel like it's
teaspoons are in
13
a
or
tablespoon?
something.
3. That doesn't match when I think of it. Okay, whatever.
What is that? 7, 17?
7, 17, and 13.
I would go with 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not confident about that.
I mean, it's a lot of sugar. And
I feel like it's 7 though. I feel like I've heard 7 or 8.
they kill you with sugar in like a kind of soda. Like,
True.
We're talking regular soda, not diet soda also. I don't know if that changes your response.
So,
7, 17, or 13 teaspoons of high fructose corn syrup in 1 12-ounce can of soda.
Josh, point us.
17?
17? A little bit too high. 13 teaspoons.
yeah,
13. That's a lot of
Just say
teaspoons.
13.
I'm going to say 13. So,
So when you think about it, there's 12 ounces in the can of soda, and there's 13 teaspoons. That's more, like if you're looking at the can of soda, when you think about it, so if you're looking at, your can of soda, and this is where your liquid line is, you're gonna have like all this sugar, just like sitting at the bottom there. Alright, so, didn't get that one right. But you were right on the fact that it was a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. Alright, coming over here. Next category.
Nutrition 3.
Yeah.
Nutrition for 3.
Just a little bit.
Alright. It is important to always include a blank at the beginning of a workout and a blank at the end of a workout in order to gradually increase and decrease the intensity of your workout.
Warm up. Yeah.
Very good. So, when you're exercising, even if you're going to be just running on the treadmill, just doing cardio, it's important, say you're going to do a 30-minute workout, you still want to have a couple minutes at the beginning of your workout just to walk and get your heart rate up at the beginning, and then once you've done all that hard running, really high heart rate, it's important to cool down at the end, not to just finish your workout, stop the treadmill, and walk away. So we want to have a warm-up and a cool down. Alright. Over here.
Freak on those.
That's 100.
Money. A stipend.
Alright. The average number of calories that you can burn during 30 minutes of sexual activity is 100, 200, or 500 calories.
Sure, do you say 500?
Yeah.
Not exercising enough.
half an hour.
Half an hour of sexual activity.
Half an hour.
But you see, the thing is that it depends. Half hour.
We're talking high heart rate sexual activity.
Oh, like going fast, really getting it. Okay. It's
30
definitely
minutes
not
of
100.
pretty physical activity.
That's learned 2, I think.
200?
2. 5's kind of.
200 calories. Burn 200 calories.
Yeah.
Some high heart rate, high heart pumping sexual activity.
Alright, good
So
stuff.
think about that the next time you don't want to go on the treadmill. Alright.
No sexual activity.
What category do you guys want next?
Alcohol and drugs.
100. As well as 100.
Alright. The average age for the first use of this drug, which can be the average age for the first time of use for for this drug, which can be smoked or eaten, is 14. It can be smoked using homemade pipes, soda cans, or even an apple.
Really? Marijuana?
Marijuana.
Marijuana?
Marijuana.
How do you do with that? No, really. How do you
You
do
have
that?
to put a hole. You put 2 holes in it.
Yeah.
You like you
Look at this
put
one
you
go.
hole in the
Look at this
top.
one.
I taught you how to use dental dams and condoms. I don't teach you how to make bombs out of apples. That's a different floor.
Just go outside.
Don't
and
you
ask
just stick like a
anyone.
straw?
And
Excuse me.
Hey, Miss Lauren, how do you use an apple for a bomb? I'm sure you can say that.
Alright, what category would you guys think?
We want wellness or nutrition and exercise.
2 questions left.
Which is the two?
If it's nutrition
100
and exercise,
here and 100 here.
Wellness.
Wellness.
Wellness or 100? Alright. We have anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, eating disorder, and schizophrenia all fall under the larger umbrella category of this type of illness.
Psychological disorder.
Mental illness.
Psychological.
Wait, repeat. Something.
Anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, eating disorders, and schizophrenia all fall under the umbrella category of this type of illness.
You're awesome in psychology, aren't you?
Think broad.
I would say mental
Yeah, like
illness.
psychology.
I would say mental illness.
I mean, they're all mental illnesses.
Wouldn't it
So
be-
that would make it an umbrella category.
Okay.
I think it's pretty hard to argue that they're not all mental illnesses.
There you go. So they all fall under the category of mental illnesses, but then some can be further classified as psychological disorders.
Okay.
So psychological disorder is a classification underneath the category of mental illness. Alright. Last category, last question. You guys have nutrition and exercise for 100. We have using the buddy system, setting realistic goals, and following a routine are all keys to success when creating a blank.
You can sleep on my floor.
Sorry. The buddy system, setting realistic goals, and following a routine are all keys to success when creating a blank. The last thing was setting a routine.
I said weight loss program.
Weight loss program?
Diet. It's a fitness program.
Fitness program. Yeah, I said exercise plan, but that's the same thing. So you want to make sure that what you said with exercise and diet, it's all part bringing it together. So it's good if you go to the gym with a friend. It'll give you more motivation to go. Making sure that you set realistic goals, so things maybe that have a time limit, things that are really attainable, that's not out of reach, and making sure that it becomes a routine part of your day. That's always that it'll become better and more easy to stick to it for that exercise plan. So very good. All right, now talk amongst yourselves while I add up all these points. Hold on.
What up? Why are you touching your
That was the best reaction ever.
You guys proceed to scare me comfortably.
And we have a tie game.
No way.
I didn't even plan for this, so hold on while I try to figure out the tie. You both have 1,600 points,
They got so much more wrong than
but they picked ones that had higher point values.
No, we did.
No, we didn't.
I wrote them all down. You can add them if you want to.
That doesn't make any sense. How'd that happen? We put like all the 400 and all the 300 and we got all of ours right.
No, you didn't pick all of 400. We both picked two 400.
Yeah, you each got 2
I remember that.
400s, and the 300s, they had 3 and you had 1 300, but you had more 200s than they had, and then you split the 100s.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hold on. Let me figure out a tiebreaker really quick.
Wait, yeah, everything.
Okay. Okay, we'll do these 2 questions, and then if you each get them right, I'll try and figure out another one. Okay, true or false? Chocolate was used as medicine during the 18th century, and it was believed that it could cure headaches. True or false?
True.
It was actually stomach aches, not headaches. So we'll see if they get it and can steal.